Hi guys, welcome to Opportunity Nanny. Today I'm bringing you a very generous scholarship. Now, for those that are looking for scholarship that will help you move with your spouse or your children, you want to stick around for this because this scholarship actually offers you um, the opportunity to do that. So this scholarship is in Australia, right? And they are going to be covering a lot of things. First, you are going to be covering your tuition fee. You are going to be getting a stipend each year. You are going to get your health insurance covered, right? And they are also going to be covering for your dependents or your spouse if it is applicable. Now, if you are moving in with your child, yeah, that's your dependent child, you're going to be getting a dependent allowance, child allowance. So they are giving you, it's usually up to 3,000 Australian dollars per annum for each children, up to a maximum of 9,000 Australian dollars per annum. You also get relocation reimbursement. So this is a one-time payment, and they're going to be reimbursing you just to assist you with your relocation cost. And they're also going to be doing that for your partner and your dependents if they move within 1 year of your relocating to Australia or of the start of your program. You're also going to be getting a thesis allowance. Now, this thesis allowance is just to help you with any cost associated with production of your thesis in accordance with the thesis allowance requirements here, and it's going to be up to 500 Australian dollars. So you can see that this scholarship is very generous, very, very generous. Now, the duration of this scholarship is for an MPhil, that's a Master of Philosophy, or a doctorate degree. Now, a Master of Philosophy is a master's that is largely research based. It is not a master's of coursework. Now, for the Master of Philosophy, it is 1.5 years, and for the PhD program, it is 3.5 years. Now, if for some reason you did not complete your program or your degree within this time stipulated year, you can apply for an extension of stipend scholarship, and they may be able to give you if you meet the requirements. There are other opportunities of unpaid program leave if there's something that happened that you may need to leave. You also get paid recreational leave. So a recipient is entitled to a maximum of 20 working days paid recreational week for each year of the award. So each year you get a maximum of 20 working days recreational leave, but you must apply in writing to the chair of panel. There's also paid medical leave, and there are other benefits that are associated here in this scholarship. So you can see that it's very, very generous. Anyway, let's go and see how to apply and the eligibility. So, Australian National University is offering the Australian government's research training program stipend scholarship. Now, this scholarship, we can see the deadline. Now we have round one. Round one is for international students, and it closes 31st August each year. So it closes 31st August of this year, and you're going to start your program next year, March. Then round two, I know put there's round one again for domestic, but then we have round two, which is also for international and domestic applicants, and this actually closes 15th April of this year. Now, if you cannot meet the 15th April of this year only, you can meet the one for August 1st of this year. Now, let's scroll down. I already told you the value. The stipends they are going to be giving you per year is 39,069 Australian dollars. We're going to be looking at the selection process, how to apply, and just the eligibility. Now, the selection process, candidates are ranked and scholarship are awarded based on a competitive ranking process to the top ranked candidates, subject to evidence that they meet the selection criteria. You get a qualified supervisor, and there's space and resources available. That's the course you're applying for. Once you get a qualified supervisor, they check your credentials, and you are a very competitive candidate, then you get it. The benefits, I already told you the benefits. Then how to apply. Now, how to apply to this is quite simple. So for prospective students, that's for those that are currently not a student of this university, you don't have to have any separate application. What you just have to do is apply for your course of study, either a Master of Philosophy or a PhD. But you have to indicate in your application that you want to be considered for the research-based scholarship. That's all. So all you have to just do is apply for your course and just indicate that you you are interested in being considered for available scholarships, and then you'll be considered for the scholarship. That's all. So let me now show you how to apply. So for the reference document, as I always say, I always advise that you guys read every document. So this is the document I showed you earlier, stipulating everything you need to know about the scholarship. That's the reference document, so you can check it out and read it. Then there's also further information about the deadline and everything you need to know about it. Also, you have to write, your referees will have to send a report, and they said that your referees report should be submitted at least 2 weeks prior to the scholarship deadline, at least 2 to 3 weeks prior to the deadline. So that means most by the time this video come out, a lot of people will not be able to meet the April scholarship deadline, but you should be able to meet the August first one, and that's the one for semester one. So let me now show you how to apply. So once you're ready to apply, just scroll up, click on study. Click on study here. Once you click on study, just click on postgraduate research. Once you click on postgraduate research, it will take you to this page. Now you can see study at Australian National University. Once you click on international students, because international students, it will take you to this page. Now in this page, you get to see postgraduate research, how to apply, finding supervisor and everything. Now before you apply, you have to find a potential supervisor and explore college research opportunities. Now some colleges have different application requirements, so make sure you are aware of it and follow the steps before you apply. So you have to find supervisors, but that would depend on your college, because some colleges you don't need to find supervisor. Like they are saying that, for example, the Australian National University College of Business and Economics have different arrangements for setting up supervisor. So please check in with them before applying. Some colleges will ask you to send a short description of your proposed area of research as an expression of interest and a summary of your academic qualification, including grades, to them first. So as they already said, some of these colleges, they have different requirements. So you have to just pick the college you're interested in and follow the requirements. So I'm going to be taking College of Business and Economics as an example, right? College of Business and Economics. Whichever one applies to you, just click on the link and follow and explore the requirements. So once you click on this link, it will take you to this page. So this is the College of Business and Economics, just about it. Then you either apply for a Master of Philosophy or a Doctor of Philosophy. So I'm just going to be clicking on Doctor of Philosophy. That's a PhD degree. Remember, this scholarship covers both a MPhil and a PhD. So once you click on read more, it's going to take you to this page. Now in this page, you get to see all the courses that are offered under this college, and all the PhD courses that are offered under this college. See accounting, actuarial studies, finance, international business, project management, and the rest. So I'll just click on business information system, and I'll click on read more, and then it should take me to this page, I think. So it's taking me to this page. It's under the School of Management, right? And then you get to see everything that you need to know about the course, what you are going to study, the staff, the research interests of the staffs. They will just help you to know how to streamline or tailor your research statement or your proposal to fit one of these areas of priority that they are interested in. You can also read more about research areas and researchers here. Now, before you apply, you have to ensure you meet the admission requirements outlined below. I'm going to be showing you that. Then identify potential supervisors. So you have to identify 1 or 2 academic supervisors in this RSM management that can help conduct research in your area of interest. Now you can find your researchers here. I'm going to be showing you how to find it. Now you have to contact the potential supervisors directly and ask if they are available to work with you. You will need to list their name on your application form as potential supervisors. Note that applications will only be accessed when a supervisor is nominated and has agreed to supervise your proposed research. Now, I already told you about the application deadline. Now for this course, what is the application requirement? The application requirement is you have a bachelor's degree, first class honors preferably, or second class honors. Now, after that, they already told you that admission to this PhD program is very competitive. So you have to make sure that you meet the requirements. Now, you must have a background in management, marketing, international business, business information system, or psychology. Then you can also have a Master of Philosophy with significant research thesis components from an approved university, or a coursework master's that comprise of a research thesis that counts to no less than 25% of your degree, right? Now, your English language requirements. If you are not a native speaker of English, you need to provide English language test, and they have the approved English language test here. You can click on it if you're not a native speaker of English. Now, application and supporting documents. You have to submit your application via the ANU application manager, and you have to submit the following documents. So for this, I told you that each course have different requirements. For this particular PhD course, you have to fill and submit a completed application questionnaire, your academic transcripts, your research proposal of at least 3 pages, single spaced, including references. Now, there are other guidelines to it, so you have to read it out. Then, no confirmation from your nominated supervisor as evidence of their consent to supervise you. That can just be a screenshot, an up-to-date CV or resume, copies of research publication if available. Then, if you don't have English language requirement, if you're not a native speaker of English, TOEFL or IELTS, then a one-page statement outlining your motivation to undertake a PhD in the management school. Describe your strengths, weaknesses, career goals, and anything else you feel is relevant. Then, if you have GMAT or GRE, you can also submit that. Then, you have to nominate 3 referees, and the referee report will automatically be sent to your referee. So, you have to include their names to your application, and they'll be sent to them, and then they will now have to fill it out. Then, additional relevant supporting documents if available. So, these are what you will need to submit for this program. So let's go back to checking for supervisors. So we'll just click on the annual researchers database and it will take you to this page. So this is the database. So you just click on profile. These are the profiles, right? So what we'll just do is click on register to supervise. So these are the people that are registered to supervise. So once I clicked on register to supervise, then why you click on register to supervise is that these are the people that are registered to supervise students. Then I'm going to click on show more and look for College of Business and Economics since I'm applying under that. So they are going to be bringing out all the people that are registered to supervise under this college. So let me just click on this person's profile. This is in School of Accounting. I'm looking for someone in School of Business Management. So let me check. Okay, so this one in School of Management. So yes, since I want to apply for business management, so this is the person's profile. This is their research interest. It's just very important you know that this is the area they're interested in. You can go and see their research output. So what research work have they done? What research work have they done? You can just help you to know so that if you are interested in any area that looks similar to theirs, you know that they may be willing to supervise you. This is their email. So once you want to send a message to them, just send your message via this email indicating that you would like to work with them, and then they will get back to you. So after you have checked for the person that you want to supervise you and they have accepted to supervise you, all you just do is go to the online application. Once you click on it, it will take you to this page. Then click on register if this is your first time. Once you click on register, it will take you to this page and then you are ready to apply. That's all. All you have to just do is make sure you indicate down below that when you are applying that you want to be considered for scholarship, and then you'll be considered for the scholarship. So that's all for this scholarship. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye guys.